Anytime we're ready. All right, let's do it. David. It's not like we have meetings going on. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mike.
Mr. Zach Beaver.
Present.
Mr. Tim Clayton.
Present.
Mr. Dave Anderson.
Yep.
Ms. Amy Blaker.
Here.
Mr. John Dewinski.
Here.
Mr. Nick Bellard.
Here.
Chief Robert Byrd.
Here.
Mr. Tony Clark.
Here.
Mr. Michael Duffy.
Here.
Mr. David Austin.
Present.
And I am Michael Lambert. Good evening.
Thank you, Michael. First up, we have public comment. Anybody wishing to speak on an agenda item? Seeing none, we're going to move on to citizens requesting placement on the agenda not related to agenda items. Seeing none, we'll move on to minutes to be approved. We have minutes from June 23rd.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the town council meeting minutes of June 23rd as presented.
Mr. President, I will be abstaining from this as I was not in attendance.
See that,
I wasn't here.
you weren't at that one.
I was not.
All right, I'll second Tim's motion. Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. We have one abstention with John.
Oh, you have two.
Two.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. And John and Dave abstaining. Special actions, opening of bids for East 117th and Randolph Street Roundabout.
This is the first project for the Randolph and 117th roundabout. It's coming up in construction in '28, but this coming year, perhaps the remainder of this year and all of next year during the construction season is going to be utility relocation. This is for a drainage pond.
We have one bid from Gary Up Construction. It was received July 28th at 3:36 p.m. I just opened it. There's two base bids here, so should I read each one?
Take a look.
Table 1 and table 2.
Just read them both separately. Just read that one.
Okay. The base bids, we have two bids here. One is entitled Base Bid 1, Table 1 for 117th Avenue Latitude Drainage Improvements, North Pond. On that, base bid total is $259,200. On base bid 2, Table number 2,
That's the second pond.
117th Avenue Latitude Drainage Improvements, South Pond. Base bid total $138,300.
Even?
That is all.
Even.
Yes. Yeah, there's no, yeah. Base bid 1, $259,200. Base bid 2, $138,300.
So we'll take those under advisement. Check for sufficiency of the bid. I don't know if there's an ability to make a conditional approval.
They can, you can do that, or you take it under advisement, let the review be made.
Hey, Mike, where did that fall within the engineer estimate? You know,
Yeah, hold on, I got it.
plus or minus?
I believe.
It's over the estimate.
By how much? I don't need exact, I'm just talking like,
Oh, I'd say, so that's 390, 50,000.
so to rebid this? We have to go through the process again?
You'd have to go through advertisement and pre-bid meeting and
How
all
many,
that.
how many,
We had two at the construction, or
Yeah,
the
that's-
pre-bid
that-
meeting. We had
yes.
two at the pre-bid meeting, and one of them submitted a bid.
Good.
The pre-bid meeting was not mandatory. Usually on stuff like
Yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah.
you don't make it
yeah,
mandatory.
yeah.
Do you have anything else on that?
64,000 over the engineer's estimate.
Let's make a motion to take it under
I would say,
engineering review.
I would say take it under advisement and then let Mike
Let
take
us
a
take a
look
look
at
at
it.
it, we'll go through it and see what their numbers look like, see if anything looked out of particular
In this
sort compared
bid.
to our estimate, and then we can communicate with them.
I'll second Tim's motion.
We have a motion by Tim and a second by Dave. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of taking this under advisement?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Staff reports. Nick?
The building department data is on the next sheet. It has picked up here during the summer, as is tends to happen around here. Kind of upcoming things, we do have a NIPSCO gas emergency tabletop exercise. It'll take place April 18th in the morning here at the town hall. I know some members of the fire department are going to be participating, Chief Byrd, some members of our staff, NIPSCO, other kind of public safety responder type people, and it should be interesting. I've been to one other one of those over the years, and that was for the Doubletree Dam tabletop exercise. So, should be exciting. We are working towards the GEO bond for 2026. That's the general obligation bond. The town typically uses that to pay for road work, property acquisition, kind of capital, permanent purchase stuff, not operating funds. And you'll notice that the NIPSCO contractor has finished up removing the poles on 117th and Randolph, so that's looking a lot cleaner now. That's all I got.
Very good. Thank you, Nick. Chief Byrd?
Good evening. Just to bring everyone up to speed, July for us in the police department is all about training. So right now, all of our officers have gone through the mandatory training that's required by the Indiana Law Enforcement Training Board. It's all online component, very in-depth. And we've engaged in some other training. On July 7th and 8th, the Hobart Police Department was gracious enough to open up their gun range, where all of our officers spent several days qualifying with our handguns, our patrol rifles, and our tasers. And then on July 21st and 23rd, the Crown Point Police Department graciously hosted us for stops training. The stops training consists of high-risk traffic stops, how the officers conduct those, rolling roadblocks, simulation scenarios. And these classes at Crown Point were taught by Corporal Jason Billers, who's here tonight, somewhere over here. Jason, thank you very much for that. And Crown Point Corporal Dave Wilkins. Both are Winfield residents, and the feedback we got from our officers that this was just incredible hands-on training on how to sharpen our skill sets, and the skill sets of those trainers was exemplifies the professionalism that they have. So thank you, Crown Point, for that. Other than that, we just have a couple more rounds of training, our emergency vehicle operations, where the officers have to get out there and drive their vehicles under certain conditions, with certain maneuvers that are expected of them. And then our 4 hours of defensive tactics training, where we do ground fighting and things like that. And that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Tony?
Yes, good evening. Couple things here. We're gearing up for the Harvest Fest. We're going through all the picnic tables, make sure they're clean and everything's ready to go, ordering fencing and more T-posts for the fun area. that's part of it. We are moving forward on the Trees Park. We got all the old equipment ripped out. We got all the mulch off the ground so that they can do the pour and play and install all the new equipment, hopefully here by this fall. And one other thing, and Michael will be able to kind of go toward that way. I think that we need to investigate the stormwater drainage on Randolph between McDonald's and Buddy and Pals. This area has flooded twice in the last month and a half. I mean, onto Randolph Street, where it was probably like 6 or 8 inches deep on Randolph. I don't know what we can do with that. I don't know if there's something that we can work together on to do, check that area out, Mike. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been problematic in the past.
Yeah, it has, and I think we need to really look into that, because, I mean, just that rain we had yesterday, I mean, it was, you know, there was water on the road again. And it's getting up into the parking lots, you know, like Stefano's and all that along there, and they're already complaining, but, I don't know, just like to have that happen.
Hey, Mike, have we looked at that in the past?
Yes.
I thought we did.
We did. We videoed it through there.
Yeah, that's what I
found some
thought. What did we
issues and
find? Do you remember?
There was some protrusions into the storm pipe. That's a private network that goes back there. I think we ended up putting some protection in front of the culvert pipe out there because we were getting a lot of debris that was coming through the ditch that was getting into the pipe, which was contributing to the issue. But it's got some stuff.
Okay.
So,
Well,
Yeah, and I just don't know how the pipe is running toward Doubletree,
that was bad. I mean,
you know, I don't know what that pipe's
I
like.
mean,
I don't know.
my street's flooded in the last little bit, yeah, and there's no, nothing blocking it or
it all
anything like
goes into that network back there.
Yeah, it all
leaves the
flows into that.
roadsides, and it just all goes out into the Doubletree.
It's all bad. There's nothing good about it.
All right, the other thing I have is, John Winfield Public Works Improvement Project. The scope of this project is needed to capture stormwater off the new street department building and the properties to the east and south. The water will be conveyed into ditches and swales, which will be excavated during construction. We are looking to pave around the building and the driveway going to 112th Avenue to eliminate and keep manageable from dirt, dust, and maintenance. The ditch on the south side of the building, far south side, will be constructed first, approximately 460 feet long by 3 feet wide. Stormwater from the downspouts of the street department will be done as follows. South side of the building will be piped directly to the ditch at the downspout locations using 8-inch SDR 26 heavy wall. The north side of the building will have the downspouts tied to a 10-inch SDR 26 pipe that runs from the west end of the building to the east side of the building with an open grade structure that includes a 1-foot sump to collect sediment before heading northeast to existing culvert going to Deer Creek Ditch. The pipe running northeast will be a 12-inch C900DR 18 to accommodate heavy loads in that area. And then for the paving, we are looking to pave from garage doors or garage approaches 30 feet south and north sides of the building and 60 feet on the east side of the building to accommodate a parking area. The pavement on the north and south sides will have a 2% slope away from the building for runoff. The remainder of the paving will include pavement that goes around the salt barn and the driveway going up to 112th Avenue to the north. Paving contractor responsible for the grading of the site prior to asphalting. See attached. Proposals that I got for the project, for the pipe and ditch work and swale, I got a proposal from LGS Plumbing in the amount of $78,836. Price per board was at $26,278. H2O Plumbing, I got a price of $75,000. Price per board was $25,000. Proposals for paving by site services came in at $225,138. Price per board $75,046. And then we got another price from American Paving. It came in at $105,800. Price per board was $35,268. My recommendation is to have H2O Plumbing for the piping and the ditch work in the amount of $75,000. American Paving for the paving work of $105,800. Total project cost is $180,800. And the council portion of that would be $60,266.66. So I'm looking to see if we can get this project going, so I can try to get this done before winter.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Do we have any motions on Tony's recommendation? Already received favorable.
Then the other two boards already voted in favor of it.
Yep. Sewer board was contingent on town council and stormwater.
I'd make a motion to approve it.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by John. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Tony.
Thank
Chief Irma, wherever, there you are.
Blended in.
Yeah.
Good evening. You should have the call stats for June. Total was 157 for all three of our areas. 81 of those were the town. We had our golf outing a few weeks ago. That went well. Other than that, our overall maintenance for the trucks have been completed. We're still waiting to bring the ladder back in to finish off the rear suspension work that they were waiting on parts for. I haven't gotten a date to schedule that yet. That's the only thing that's left on that, and that's done for the year.
Is it operational?
Yeah. Yeah, we picked it up and it's back in service.
Okay.
So I would just wanted to say thank you to Nick for allowing us to do just a short presentation that was in response to a call that we had on May 15th, 2026. That was on 121st, just west of Taft Middle School. Good evening, members of the Town Council, members of our community, and the families of those who we are recognizing tonight. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to recognize an outstanding group of public safety professionals whose actions on May 15th exemplified the very best of our profession. The fire service is more than a profession. We consider it a calling. It's built on service before self, continual preparation, and answering the alarm on someone else's worst day. On May 15th, that calling was definitely put to the test. Our department responded to a serious motor vehicle accident involving a passenger vehicle and a school bus on 121st just west of Taft. The driver of the passenger vehicle sustained significant traumatic injuries and became trapped inside the wreckage. Through a rapid response, advanced trauma care, coordinated teamwork, and efficient vehicle extrication, the patient was safely removed, transported by medical helicopter, and arrived at a level 1 trauma center within the critical golden hour, providing the best opportunity for a positive outcome, which we are happy to report he is doing very well. We had the opportunity to meet with him just prior to this meeting and his family. He didn't really want to be recognized in the public, so he chose not to attend because he's a younger kid still in high school. However, outcomes like this don't happen by chance. They're the result of preparation, teamwork, and highly trained professionals ready to respond when every second counts. Tonight, we wanted to recognize the professionals whose dedication made that possible. Our on-duty responders were paramedic Abby Vandermeer, firefighter EMT Abby Long, firefighter paramedic Dominic Melchuk, firefighter EMT Joseph Brady, EMS chief Jake Getler, and myself. We also recognize those who were here at the station at the time the call came out doing training and immediately responded to assist. Firefighter Jeremy Maskey, Captain Paul Long, firefighter EMT Emma Parker, firefighter Cameron Campbell, and Deputy Chief Scott Whitlock. Your professionalism, commitment to training, and willingness to answer the call without hesitation represent the very best of the fire service. On behalf of Lakes of the Four Seasons Volunteer Fire, the town of Winfield, and the residents we proudly serve, thank you for your dedication and unwavering commitment to continuing to protect our community. At this time, I'd like to ask the following personnel to come forward to receive a special recognition award on behalf of the command staff of the fire department. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating these outstanding public servants with a well-deserved round of applause. Congratulations and thank you.
Joseph?
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Strong work.
Jeremy? Thank you. John? Thanks.
Yes, sir. Emma, there you go.
Thank you.
Congrats. Thank you very much.
Paul? Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
That's for you.
And thank you for allowing us to present those. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Kevin, and thanks again to all the members. We appreciate you being here and appreciate all the work you guys do for the community. On to unfinished deferred business. We have consideration of ordinance 395, second reading for e-bikes. For establishment of safekeeping of money in custody of the police department. So Nick or Chief Bird?
I think Chief Bird handled this last time.
On the
second
on
reading?
the fund, yes, if you don't mind, just
Yeah.
recapping that for us.
Briefly, this is something we put together to create structure on how we handle future asset forfeitures, if you will, whether it's money, vehicles, personal property, things like that, to make sure that we're doing it right in the right way every time. So I know we previously spoke about it, and so tonight's going to be the second reading for that ordinance request.
Very good. Thank you, Chief. I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion to, let me get back to it. To adopt, right?
Yeah.
An ordinance establishing Town of Winfield, Lake County, Indiana, Department Safekeeping of Currency in Custody, Special Revenue, Non-Reverting Fund, and all matters related thereto. That's ordinance number 395. And also, along with that, to remit the remaining funds back to the prosecutor's office.
Lake County.
Lake County Prosecutor's Office, thank you.
We have a motion by Tim,
I'll second.
second by Dave. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. On to new business, consideration of recommendation from the Planning Commission, docket 2025-11, zone change. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Everybody likes pretty pictures. All right.
I'm good, yeah. Got it memorized.
All day. Sir, the floor is yours.
Good evening, Mr. President, fellow councilwomen and men, staff and consultants. As always, for the record and those that may not know me, my name is Todd Clevin, Vice President of Land for Lennar Homes. Our offices reside at 1700 East Gulf Road, Suite 1100, Schaumburg, Illinois. And I am a personal resident of Crown Point, Indiana, formerly a Winfield resident, which my family still resides. Coincidentally, my father resides right across the street from the subject property that is in front of you this evening. Also with me is our full staff involved with the project. We have Andre Hatami, our land acquisition manager, Luke Fricke, our entitlements manager, Brad Moore, our senior lead engineer on the project, as well as Todd Leith, our attorney. I am in front of you this evening on the property located at the northwest corner of 117th Avenue and Gibson Street, formerly known as the Graper Farm, consisting of 80 acres. We're proposing 146 single-family, 80-foot wide home sites. This primary plat and full engineering was approved by the Plan Commission, contingent upon this body approving the rezone from agricultural to PUD. The subject property is shown in yellow here. As I mentioned, it's at the northwest corner of Gibson Street and 117th Avenue, just west of the Aylesworth subdivision that was developed by ourselves, Lennar Homes, 515 homes. That community did bring several positives to the town of Winfield, including but not limited to the regional lift station that helped open the doors for Taft Middle School. The new yellow rectangular figure shows you exactly where Heron Landing will reside in relationship to Heron Landing. And this is your existing zoning out of your zone map showing it's currently zoned agricultural. And the next slide shows your comprehensive plan, which indicates it is master plan for residential development. Right there with the red rectangle on top of the yellow shows you where the property will reside. The next slide is also out of your comprehensive plan showing the heat map for the residential districts in which this body in the town has established. As you can see, Heron Landing resides within the yellow dot. The concept plan consists of 146 large 80-foot wide single-family home sites, all backing up to some sort of green space, walking path. We do offer a large park as an amenity with an overlook into a large detention wet bottom pond. That detention is not only providing detention for the runoff of this community, but it's also providing 100% of detention for your future roundabout. The benefits that this community and this development, if it comes to fruition, that will bring to the town of Winfield is that said detention, as I mentioned. We are also contributing $450,000 for road improvements that could be used towards 117th Avenue or elsewhere within the community, kind of earmarked for that roundabout. We are also promising to connect Gibson Street from 117th Avenue to the existing stub within Aylesworth community, which would eventually lead you all the way out to, that's currently improved, will lead you all the way out to 109th Avenue. So to speak to that in a little bit more detail, within our first phase of Heron Landing, you will have another thoroughfare that's connecting 109th Avenue to 117th Avenue. I got into great detail at the Plan Commission showing how we will establish that entrance along 117th Avenue and how it can be easily removed and merged into the future roundabout for if and when it may come. On a previous petition during your stormwater meeting, I listened to the board make a decision as well as this board on the Calumet study for that Graper ditch. As promised, when we did Aylesworth, we captured that subsurface drain tile, and we were able to hold back, not all of it, but a great portion of the water that was going into that drainage tile over and beyond the property of Aylesworth. We are also promising to do that on this side as well. That ditch is governed and is under the jurisdiction of Lake County Drainage Board. We worked with the Lake County Drainage Board and received their approval for our civil engineering that pertains to that. So between Aylesworth and Heron Landing, we have reduced the current overflow that is affecting the downstream side by Benton Street and State Street substantially. This site currently, if you can envision this, let me go back a slide here to the aerial photograph. And if I may, Mr. President, I'm going to walk up to the screen. Currently, the overland, I'm sorry, is that okay? Just a
Yeah,
second.
you know you're good, yeah.
Currently, your water comes across this site, comes across 117th Avenue, right across my father's property. It makes a horseshoe and goes right back up and over to Benton Street and State Street. If Heron Landing receives approval during its construction and the infrastructure that's put in place, that water that goes across 117th Avenue, that horseshoes around, will be 100% eliminated. We will capture all that water, hold it back, store it, and release it north where it eventually ended up going anyway. If you remember, Decatur Street and 117th Avenue used to flood pretty bad. The town, with your vision, you installed new culverts. That water still comes down that way. The road no longer floods since you built it up. Congratulations, you did a good job on that. But again, we are going over and beyond. We're going to hold that water back. Furthermore, listening to the vision that the town has with studying that entire area, I would be more than happy to share the engineering that Manhard, formerly Manhard, Atwell, did for our study. I think it would only assist with your engineer as well and could possibly help save the town some money. There's no sense in reinventing the wheel if you don't have to. So again, I would have no problem sharing that information with you. You probably have some of it within the stormwater study anyway. So again, I'm here this evening seeking your support, your approval for the 146 single-family home site known as Heron Landing. We are offering 6 products, 6 home plans with 3 elevations each, with an average ASP of $550,000. During the review and the revision of these homes, we've agreed to 3-car garages. We've agreed to hardy board on all 4 sides of the home, so there will not be any vinyl in this community. As I mentioned earlier, we agreed to the contribution to the road improvements, and we are also agreeing to the subsurface Graper drain tile ditch and hold back as much water as we can. I know this has been a long process. Many of you have seen this for several weeks, several months. We are fully prepared to answer any questions that you may have. I do not want to take any more of your time knowing that this is a long agenda. I'm hoping that we can have your support and we can move forward. If we are successful, we are closing on the property tomorrow. Once we have the proper site permits with your staff, we will be breaking ground this year. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any questions?
The only thing I'll say is, I said this at the Plan Commission. I guess.
You talking to the
Oh,
microphone.
sorry. And I guess I'll say is the Plan Commission, Nick, I don't know if you want to state, the Plan Commission took no position on this.
They did not make a recommendation to the
There's no up
council.
or down recommendation. There's only 6 there that night. So essentially by doing that, it was to move it to the town council to then decide up or down whether to approve the zoning. I'll just say, for me personally, this one was a bit of a tough one. And I expressed why it was at the Plan Commission. I'll express it here again tonight, just for those that weren't there. The way we got here, I didn't like the way we got here. at all. And I made that pretty clear. If I take those feelings aside, and I say, all right, if this project was presented this way prior, and none of the stuff in the, kind of nothing happened in the past, would this be a good project for the town? So I took a look, and I think it does a couple things. One, traffic does, I think, help on the roundabout piece, help us. We have the easements, we have all the traffic pieces around that roundabout. The drainage, I think it does that as well. The homes, I think by adding the Hardy steps it up a bit as well. That being said, I can't throw out what happened, right, as well. So that's where I'm conflicted. If it was left on its own, and Todd brought the Hardy. So at the end of the day, look, I don't know that it's a bad project, but yeah, no, I've seen it. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad project. Like I said, my thing was I didn't like how we got here, and so it does solve some issues for us. But you know, the Plan Commission approved it back. What was that? February, sometime.
April 26th.
On a 6-1 vote, and then before this, then everybody here knows what happened. So, anyway, I'm stating why, you know, at the Plan Commission, I discussed it as I did. That's the issue. You set all that aside, I'm not sure it's a bad project. It establishes Hardy as maybe a requirement for future developments. It establishes higher. One of the other things I think was asked as well, you know, at the Plan Commission was what the ASP was $550, but look, we all know that Lennar will discount homes by increasing the values. They don't have margin. I mean, you can tell me, but I'm assuming your margin is going to be like that comparative to what it was at Aylesworth for the sale. Like, look, you go to Aylesworth, you can discount, incentive, whatever you want to call it, but you're able to reduce the price of the home to get the home sold. You're not going to be able to do these things. The one thing you mentioned at the Plan Commission, just for those that weren't there as well.
Dave, can you speak up just a little bit?
Yeah, what one was not there as well was that you're only, 2 homes a month?
Correct. So Mr. Anderson's alluding to Lennar's method at times of discounting homes in order to move them. We are a publicly traded builder, so therefore we do have shareholders that we have to report to. And at the time of Aylesworth, 515 home sites, 3 different products, we underwrote that at a heavy pace of close to 12 per month. From the time that was approved to the time that we're about 80% built out, interest rates went from 3% to north of 6%. So that really put us in a situation in order to meet the projections that we shared with corporate. And so with that, you see sometimes discounting. Lennar actually took a different approach compared to our competitors. We did not pull the reins in. We continued to build through it. We did not want to see this turn into another recession. We were all deer in headlights for a couple weeks until we decided let's build through it. And we found out ways to build through that in other communities. How can we change product and adjust that pricing, because it became about the affordability for that certain target buyer. We're at a different target buyer for Heron Landing. Heron Landing is a move-up, professional, higher income target buyer than Aylesworth was. And Aylesworth, we had to meet that certain affordability price. And there was 2 ways that we could do that. We could either discount the home substantially, or we were able to buy the loan down. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to buy the loan down here, but what we're doing differently now compared to when the interest rates first ticked up is we're pivoting, trying to figure out ways to capture that buyer and not lose them to our competition. So therefore, this is going to be one of our first ones in Northwest Indiana where we're hitting this ASP, and we are achieving that with the enhanced front elevations, the Hardy board, the 3-car garage, as well as all the interiors. We're gonna go with higher selections and premium package inside, including gourmet kitchens, designer bathrooms, and those kind of things. And the most important thing is, when I mentioned we underwrote Aylesworth at 12 per month, we only underwrote Heron Landing at 2 per month. So therefore, we don't have the pressure of having to sell those homes at Heron Landing like we did at Aylesworth. So we can sit back, we can be disciplined, and we don't have to just take that first offer.
So that's really all I have is again, is if I separate, I thought about it from the plan commission to now. If I were to separate it, my feelings from some of this, it's not a bad project, but I don't know. I expressed it. Todd was here. I expressed it to him directly, and while he was standing here and said, basically, I don't like how we got here. So, but that's it. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, Todd, I just want to start by letting you know we appreciate, this has been kind of a haul, as you know, and you've been on the front of a lot of it. So I appreciate the work you put in and the revisions and trying to, that was when you and I first met on it, I don't even know when. That was one of the things we said is, look, we need to we need to target higher end homes. We need less density. We need some of this infrastructure improvement. We need all these kind of things. And I think you guys have done a good job. You specifically and your team, your local team, have done a good job of pushing that to Corporal Lennar on, hey, this is what this community wants. This is what they want it to look like. We need to be a good partner in that. And I think that's a lot of, and I don't speak for everybody, but generally speaking, I think that's what we're looking for is who's going to be the good partner to build the community that we want to build. We don't want to be like any other community. We want to be Winfield, and we want everything here to start reflecting that. And so I think you guys did a good job of taking a lot of that feedback, and despite, and I don't want to throw your employer under the bus, but despite whatever corporate decisions are made and changes they make and some of those things, that's beyond all of our control. But I think you did a good job at least advocating for the project and advocating with us and with your higher ups on look, this is what we need to deliver to this community. So I appreciate you guys doing that. And you're right. Like, I think one of the numbers we initially talked about as far as assessed values was, look, you should be targeting 500 to 700 or 750. You should be pushing those boundaries. Stop so much of the kind of the buzzword is affordable housing. Let's focus on quality and community and that kind of stuff. And I think you did a good job of getting that target closer to where it should be. And the same thing with the infrastructure improvements. I know where we started, you guys have, you made a lot of progress on that, and a lot as far as your contributions and what you guys are going to undertake to help make the project successful. And so I appreciate you guys advocating for that kind of stuff too.
Appreciate you.
Any other commentary?
Yeah, no comments.
I'll entertain a motion.
So to get the ball rolling on this, and we'll just take the up or down vote, I'll just make the motion that we approve the zoning for ag, from ag to PDR, and then let it ride.
Motion by Dave. I'll second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
I'll do a roll call.
The roll call vote?
Yep.
Mike?
Mr. Zach Beaver,
No.
Mr. Tim Clayton,
No.
Mr. Dave Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Amy Blaker,
No.
Mr. John Dewinski.
No.
Motion fails.
That's what we got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. On to item number 2, consideration of ordinance 394-A, amendment to e-bikes. Is this Nick or Chief Bird?
I can take this on. We sort of had a first crack at this. We're implementing some of the e-bike, kind of traditional e-bikes. I've heard them called e-dirt bikes. You see them zooming around, the e-scooters. One thing that Chief Bird brought up is that some residents were confused as in they thought that this perhaps legalize the use of golf carts on our town streets. That's not the intent of the ordinance, obviously.
No.
But perhaps the language left some ambiguity. This cleans that up by specifically stating no golf carts. That's it. It's the only revision.
Very good. Thank you, Nick. Entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 394A, entitled only, an ordinance amending ordinance 394 of the Town of Winfield, Lake County, Indiana Code of Ordinances, regulating the operation of electric bicycles, low-speed electric devices, motorized electric devices, and adding clarification on the use of golf carts within the town, repealing all ordinances and town code sections or portions thereof in conflict herewith, and all matters related thereto.
Motion by Tim,
Second. You second? Good.
Nah, you
second by Dave.
Yep.
Any discussion?
Mr. President,
Sir?
is this an adoptive reading? It doesn't say on the agenda, so I'm presuming it's an initial or introductory. Unless
Well, we already passed it. This is an update to the,
It's an amendment to the existing
It's-
ordinance.
Okay. And you're good.
Thank you. Glad you checked. All right, any discussion? Hearing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? I'm a no on the golf carts. But the motion carries. Item number 3, consideration of interlocal agreement with Little Cal River Basin Development Commission for the 117th Avenue Drainage Improvement Watershed Study.
We applied and received funding to study 117th Avenue drainage area. As you know, historically we've had issues in that area, kind of from the western town border to Benton Street. You can tell it kind of stays wet because you can look at the road and see that that kind of area of town seems to degrade much more quickly than everywhere else. So what the study will do is allow us to take a look, see what's causing that, what we can do to stop that. We approached Little Cal, it's an 80-20 match. Mike?
Yeah, it's the first step of coming up with a solution. So first we need to identify what the problem is, what the solutions are, and then we can come back to that board with an application for funding assistance for construction.
Very good. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we adopt resolution number 20,
no, it's the
The interlocal.
interlocal.
to accept the interlocal. I'm just gonna read this, I was gonna read the resolution of that. Just to accept the interlocal for the Little Calumet River Basin for the
Motion.
117th project.
Motion by Tim,
I'll second that.
second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Anybody wishing to speak? It's public comment section. Seeing none, we're gonna move on to claims. Mike?
This evening for your review, consideration, and approval. For this month, there's a total of 134 claims for the amount of $495,282.33.
I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to pay the claims in the amount of $495,282.33.
Motion by Tim,
Second.
second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Our next meeting will be August 25th at 7 PM.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.